What is going on YouTube and y'all squad? This your boy Yakutis. This review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Season 8, episode, I believe it's season 8. You'll know in the title, whatever. Episode 1. Yeah. It, like, the cable actually acted right tonight, and you're getting it tonight. And I also have been sipping just a little bit, so you're going to get that too. A lot didn't happen, but we got enough. And the new girl, I'm gonna just kind of like play around with the visual. Her right here, her right now. Yeah, we ain't really get her right now. So yeah, she's just gonna be over now, and she probably still gonna be over now. So we kind of start out kind of with how the reunion ended, more or less, with that little mini Watch What Happens Live bit or whatever. Robin. One thing that I did write down, could have literally walked away last season with probably the biggest check of her life and the biggest check of Potomac. Had she came to production and said, "Hey, this is what this is," da 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 da. And I believe it's Funky Dineva. I'm pretty sure it's Funky Dineva that said it. You never let nobody spray with your own teeth. So had she just been forthcoming, because again, her whole thing is let's not discuss it. Had she been forthcoming with it, and they could have dealt with her issues with Juan in the first 2 episodes, or we could have just had the beginning episode literally just be them hashing it out, this, that, and third, and then the road to them getting married would have worked. This is when Robin needs somebody from PR to like really, really help her, but it's not working. So, yeah. And, we get the girl from Canada, all that stuff. And then the laundromat made me think about that one song with Nivea with a certain person from Chicago. I'm not going to say his name, but it made me think about that. But this episode, if we're really going to be honest, was a Powell and Robin episode, which I'm not against. I'm really not. So you have Robin with Juan, and it seemed very, very performative. And it's ultimately like helping Juan to save face. And Juan is back from working out. I know the feeling, because again, like I said, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm about to go to bed. Pop me a prebiotic and some sea moss. Hopefully that will curb everything so I can wake up early in the morning and go work out. You know what that is. Coming back from that, Robin is putting wedding pictures in frames and whatnot, because we really want to believe what happened last season. They seem like they don't want to address the rumors or what was going on. Like, it really seems like they didn't want to. But Robin's job is on the line, so you kind of sort of have to. It's one of those like, let's just hurry up and tackle it together. I don't know how many more times we're going to get Juan and Robin together talking about it, at least one more time. But not necessarily. So Robin is going to have to bear the brunt of a lot of this because she chose to turn a blind eye to a lot of what was going on. And Juan says that he was just being nice. And this is a cause of him being nice. And look, for those who are spiritualists or whatever, we all know about what it is to be a good Samaritan and how that can sometimes blow back up in your face. He even spoke about, giving the homeless this, that, and third. And look, I've been there too. I have, but one thing that I don't do is I do my best to not put myself in a situation to where it can come back all the way left. And I'm not even in the public eye like that. Like, again, I'm a YouTuber, but I'm like not big like that or whatever. But even still, like, I'm kind of protective of like what I put out there and how I present myself. And because I'm very paranoid because of my time in the military, I understand how things can look a certain way, though I don't care about perception. Nor do I care about, I do care about my character. And I'm going to guard my character by all means. So I get that. So Robin inquires, why not go, why wouldn't he go there if he was at the hotel with her? And I'm looking like, oh, Rob, we reducing now? Because Wall and her like, girl, if you don't stop playing with me. And Robin was, gunning for Karen. I wrote this as she was gunning for Karen, especially with the Watch What Happens Live, when she said she was waiting for Karen to say something. But when Andy offered up Candace, how Candace felt, it went from, oh, I'm gunning for Karen to, oh, Candace is the best target. Let me gun for her. I didn't like that. And again, let me say this. Let me say this right now. I am going to be watching Candace critically this season. And y'all know I love Miss Candace. I love pop off firecracker, pop, 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 cat. I love her. If Candace play crazy this season, y'all gonna hear me talk about her over here. And know the whether you like it or not, y'all gonna hear it. I'm gonna be the main one sitting here ragtagging. Because though I have my faves, I will be the one that will go. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go the most in because there's other people in town that will do that. But I'm gonna have my fair share to say. So, Candace, please don't disappoint me. But she offered her but when Andy offered her up, she went for it. And one called. Now here's what got me. One called Robin Rob. Look, let me say this. After that, y'all better not say nothing to any of us reviewers by calling Robin out of her name, especially if we call her Rob. It was no different when hold on, wait, let me not do that. What is his name? Mark Daly. I was about to I was about to pull a turret when Mark Daly called Kenya Moore Ken and how everybody ran with it. Y'all better not say nothing when we come for Robin. That's all I'm gonna say. So we get Karen, Candace, and Wendy. Wendy has given up alcohol for Lent and then asks if non-Catholics do that. And they do. My father is Catholic. So that's, and again, God rest his soul. His birthday was October 9th. So God rest his soul. All the good jazz, even though we didn't have the best relationships. But God rest his soul. But he's Catholic. So my father's side of the family is Catholic. My mother's side of the family is Baptist. And I'm with you. Like, if I ever wrote a book, it's either going to be my father's Catholic, my mother's Baptist, and I'm a Jew, or Endurance, musically inspired to fit my desire. One of the two. Either one of those will be the title of my book. But, actual factual. But my mother, being Baptist, she gives up sweets for Lent. And her birthday is March 28th because she is an Aries. Y'all know how I feel about Aries. But, she gives that up. So it's very hard, especially when I'm trying to do like a birthday dinner for her or whatever. And I had to really cater around the fact that she's not doing sweets and all this other stuff. Y'all know. Anyway. So Karen is okay with, everyone but Robin. And, pretty much needs for Robin to address the truth. Robin says that, Karen says that Robin said everyone will see her true colors or see her true self. But we all ended up seeing that when it came to Robin. And I'm like, look, I am not the biggest Karen Hugo fan, but I mean, where was the lie? Because I ain't see it. And then the question is she really married? Where's the certificates? I believe this came from Winnie and whatnot. And with the way that Robin did Winnie last season, I get it. And here's the thing. I'm not mad with how Robin did Winnie last season. I'm mad that she just wasn't woman enough to just tell her, I'm not effing with you, so your kids ain't invited to what it is that I'm doing. Just be woman enough to say, this is what this is. Not, oh, I'm starting to receive backlash real time from the castmates, so let me see if Auntie Candace will be willing to. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So, am I done? Mm-hmm. And then, have you seen the... Ooh. Oh, yeah, I already said that. So now we get Ashley. Now, I'm not finna talk about her husband, but I'm gonna talk about Old Man River and Dyline, because again, y'all know we messes with Dyline over here. Okay, so you got Old Man River and Dyline helping her take out the trash. It was so cute. It really was, and it's yeah, so cute. Again, like I said, I'm gonna do we over here. We do our best not to ragtag the children. Okay, him. And Dialogue, I don't know how. Now look, I was at work, right? It was Friday, and I was helping out, and the receiving clerk, as y'all know, I work in a retail store. She was saying how her grandbaby, who was a miracle baby, was on her glass table and showed me a picture. I'm like, how he get on the glass and he climbed on? That's what she said. And I'm just like, how he get on the table? Now, I'm trying to figure out Dylan, how you get on the table, Dylan. Dylan, how you gets on the table? I ain't know. Now, we know how Dylan got on the counter because old man River was already on the counter and was pulling Dylan on. And I'm just like, see, this is how people get hurt. But again, kids are still flexible and everything. So, not really getting that hurt and whatnot. But I'm just like, oh, Lord, here we go. What else did I say? I said that. And then Gizzard calls, and we found out Grace is going to college. Good for her. And we know that Ashley is not divorced yet, going through custody. But Grimace, Gilgamore, all them people is he going up. He's paying child support. That's what he's doing right now, but not really doing a whole lot. I want y'all to know, if I haven't already said, my reviews might be short because I'm not discussing Ashley's marriage unless we know that things are really going where it needs to go. I'm not discussing Gizzard and her situationship that is a plot line because we already dealt with her doing that. I believe it was season 5 with collection plate, past the collection plate. Who else we not discussing over here that ain't got it? And I'm barely discussing Robin, except for the fallout. That's barely. So anyway. So Giselle wants to invite not only Ashley but Sharice over so they can have a talk with Robin. This is Gizzard wearing her production hat. Because it was clear when we actually got there that Robin knew nothing about this. So cool, whatever. And Ashley laughs at hearing, Juan being a nice guy. And look, Ashley, now I'm not your biggest fan. Especially if I have El Teticus over here. He really ain't your biggest fan. Because I ain't even do that. All I'm gonna say is, was Michael being a nice guy when ... I'm gonna let it alone. So anyway, we get Gizzard and Jason. All I'm gonna say is Grace is going to college, and they went to Dubai for like her last time really being, with her with the other girls. That's it. Because I'm not doing it. So now we get Mia. They then moved out of the big house and they're making adjustments. Gordon was voted out of the family business. She's no longer the marketing director person. She's trying to, get back to things being what they were. Gordon went through a depression, which is understandable. And we find out that she was cussing him out the whole entire time, but she stood by him. And I think we all knew why she was cussing him out, but we're not going to talk about that. Or they didn't want to talk about it, I should say. Gordon thought there was a money issue. And he pretty much kind of like wanted there to be an audit because he didn't want his wife to think that, he was doing something funny behind the scenes. And, Mia, we find out, is no longer drinking. And brings up that he didn't notice. And this is very reminiscent of what's going on in Beverly Hills. But he's like, no, you just said but weren't you drinking wine though? So you were, and then it's like, oh, I'm not drinking hard alcohol. Y'all know Mia lies. So grain of salt. A salt of grain, as I like to say. And the whole Karen versus Wendy, is why she stopped. Because she said that's what it is. She said that she stopped drinking because of her interaction with Karen. But my thing is, but you didn't stop drinking when you sat here and you doused Wendy? Like, Wendy's situation should have been why you stopped drinking. But you stopped drinking because of you airing out Karen. But again, we all know that Mia doesn't care. But whatever. So we get Candace and Chris. They have like a little lunch picnic, which is cute. Very reminiscent of what Gertie was doing with her husband, Russell. Except for, and also what Garcelle was doing with her children, except for I'm sorry. Gertie and Russell was sitting on the ground while her kids were playing cornhole. but the other two were kind of sitting on the ground. And Candace is glad to be home and, not living out of a suitcase because she's been touring. Says that her band is costing at least $50K. And I'm going to say this on some real. Though I'm not in the music industry and whatnot, I follow music and everything else. And here's my whole thing. If I don't know how Candace is performing, especially, I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know how she's performing. But if all you're doing is doing your own songs and whatnot, you can have it to where in the studio, y'all come up with how you're going to deliver the performances, and literally you can just be singing to a backup track, which is backup vocals and everything, and you just sing it without dancers, without any of the other stuff, because you're independent and everything else. And again, you're on tour now, so yes, you are fronting that bill. So yeah, you want to give a show, but you also need to be very cost efficient. And now, unless you're doing like major city tours and shows and whatnot, if you're just doing hole in the wall shows, no shade against her, none at all. But if this is all that you're doing, unless you're using your Real Housewives of Potomac, salary to pay for these shows, like you're doing more harm than justice. Let's see. She's touring as an artist and saying that she didn't spend 6 figures on touring. I hope you have that to give, or at least you're making that back and breaking even. And then says she has to go bigger. Okay. And then she says to Chris, well, I'm not Alanis Morissette or I'm not Jewel. Or I'm just, just kind of sitting there vibing out and whatnot. Baby, when I tell you Chris gave her the hit of quit and said, but you dress like it though. That was it. We done with the scene. I'm pretty sure Chris probably got put in the doghouse after that. But I hollered. I was here for it, y'all. I really was. So Candace doesn't understand why Robin goes with the is like pretty much like going with the lies when in real life, like you had something going on, but you were literally at the reunion trying to sit here and come for my whole union, but you had a whole situation that occurred beforehand. This is one of those instances where Robin could have just let Giselle have it, but again, Giselle reminds me of somebody that I know that's very close to me, unfortunately, where they have a whole lot of mouth and everything behind the scenes, but when they're put on the scene or put on to have to defend themselves, they don't have the mouth and the gumption to defend themselves. So they rely on people around them to sit here and fill in the words. And again, for a person like me, I don't want to speak to your representative, your attorneys, your this, your that, your mouthpiece. I want to speak to you because, again, I'm going to let everybody in the room know. Y'all shut the up. I want to talk to this person. Because if they can't talk, I don't want to hear nothing y'all got to say. Just saying. Let's see. I don't know what I wrote there. It was the whole question of was she only supporting us to kind of like take attention off of herself, which I think she was. And Chris, look, I'm not even going to sit here and do the whole Chris being, European and all this other stuff, But as we get older, we do need to stretch. We really, really do need to stretch and increase our flexibility. He ain't doing that. And that's why he going through what he going through. And for those of y'all who in y'all late 30s, y'all 40s and early 50s, if y'all saying that y'all not, I know you're lying. Because again, I work in a retail store every day. And I'll be moving, but when I have to sit here and sit down and get back up in those moments, I'm like, I do all of that, baby. So I know what it is. So now we pretty much end with Charisse, Giselle, and Ashley. They're all at Giselle's funeral home. And, you got them cha-cha sliding down the pavilion and whatnot, which that is a horrible thing. And I'm going to say this. I bet not hear nobody say nothing to Team Twirl about her driveway. I bet not hear. I bet not. And they discuss their concerns of Robin's illusion. Giselle says Charisse and Ashley can talk about this because of what they've been through. But baby, didn't you go through it too? Didn't you bring Reverend Pastor, passed around the collection plate season 5, and then he embarrassed you like Can't you speak about the delusion to? Okay, all right, okay. Robin is tiptoeing down, and she's a special guest. It's an open forum. Ashley questions, is Robin being honest, with them? Robin says that Brianna has been on his staff, Juan's, for like 3 years and whatnot, and just what is going on is unfortunate. Ashley is all about the optics, how things look, but were you about the optics with Michael? See, this is when I need for, even though I'm not a Robin fan, this is when I need Robin to be on it, which lets me know that Robin knew she was coming into something, but just not what, because that would have been me. I would have been on one. It's like, what? Because I would have been hidden. I look, and even Ashley said that her and Robin ain't got the best of, um, the best past dealing with her bringing her wine stuff. But I'm just saying. So Robin isn't going to tell him to end his friendship. And, they care about her joy. She says that it's not Juan's fault. Robin doesn't care. It's been a pile on and it's been cruel. And if Brianna was, big and fat, would it be an issue? Would anybody even care? Which says a whole lot about her mentality and how she thinks. And I ain't even got time to think about it because I'm just trying to get the review out so I'm going to bed. So, yeah, I'm going to let y'all digest that. Cherie is emotional because, it's very familiar to her. It opens up old wounds. She made excuses for what her ex did. Cherise feels that, she's in denial about, the first girl. I believe it was the Canadian girl. If she was from Canada, my bad. I'm just saying I believe that's where she was from. The first girl. And, if there's another receipt, will she leave? She says yes. Giselle says that she will always put herself first. You a lie and a half because you've shown us that you have not and that you will not. But again, I'm not going to give her too much. Robin appreciates, their hard truths, and it's been a lot. And that's it. So I gave y'all way more than what I thought y'all was gonna give, but blame it on me being a little bit tipsy. But that's also because again, long week, me doing a little bit of gaming, playing some Pokemon Go, and the gaming is me playing My Time at Sandrock, which is like a spinoff of My Time in Porsche and all those stuff. But that's it. So I'm about to go because I gotta be at the gym tomorrow. I was supposed to be there at 7 because I start work at 9. My workouts really don't take that long. I'm probably gonna be there at 8 just so there's enough time for me to get cleaned up so I can start work at 9. Whatever. But that's pretty much what the goal is. And pretty much I'm gonna get off work. Probably have to, do all of what I do as a supervisor and show up with just enough time to eat, let out y'all favorite goddaughter, which is, my doggy. I call her Jazz, but her name is, Jasmine Diana Thomas. Let her out, do her business, and then, me do the Whether You Like It or Not panel, which is where we're going to be tomorrow on Scotty by Nature TV's channel. So I'm about to go and I'm going to listen to Scotty rant as I'm getting ready to go to bed. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.